So, what are your guys' names to start with?
I'm Thanya.
I'm Alex.
I'm Daniel.
And you guys are from Canada?
Yep,
Yes?
from Montreal, Canada.
Nice. So, how did you meet?
We met in school. Alex was doing music school, and me too. And we met there, and then these guys, Alex and Daniel, met on the street.
Alex was busking with a double bass alone in Chinatown in Montreal. And I walked by and was very intrigued because I'd never seen anyone do that. And
It's a big instrument to carry around.
now we spend a lot of our lives together in a very small car, driving around.
So, what type of music do you guys like to do?
Anything that is kind of like free and has like an openness, I think. Other than that, I find it really hard to describe the music that we play. Or
There's no specific genre that it fits into or anything.
Kind of like touches from many types of genres, like jazz and experimental and like songwriting and electronic music, and many different influences in there.
And also, it's been changing a lot over time, so that's part of the difficulty in describing it, is it's always changing, probably because of the improvisation and just because we're all growing as people and as musicians. So,
But we like to say twinkle rock
yeah,
as a genre, a new word. Future soul. Yeah, something like that.
And I know last year you guys didn't have an official band name. Has that changed at all?
It is-
well, the unofficial name became official.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just my name now. the
Okay.
band. Even though there were some really good suggestions last year from everyone, we ended up releasing something with a label, and when you kind of officially release something, it gets harder to change the band name.
nice. What are some of your favorite experiences you've had with each other in this band?
Our most recent my favorite experience was driving. We drove from Montreal, basically the East Coast, to California, like San Diego, and did like a whole run along the West Coast, and it was so beautiful there. It was just like crazy to be seeing such different landscape we did that over 2 months and played shows all along the way, and last October and November it was
A journey.
a journey.
Like a real journey, yeah.
Where are some of your favorite venues?
I feel that it's not so much the venues as the people that we know in a place, and then whatever venue they like to play at or a person's house, we start to like that place. But yeah, there's certain cities where we meet a group of like-minded musicians that we can perform with and sometimes collaborate with, and that really makes a huge difference.
Do you have any advice for upcoming musicians that are just starting out, just trying to figure out their own styles?
Well, yeah, sorry to jump on it, but just because it has to do with what I just said, like that would be part of it. Like if you find people who you have a strong connection with musically, artistically, and wherever they may live, like that is so valuable. That can last a lifetime. So I think that's the advice that I would give, is to find those people and really nurture those relationships and value them.
I would also say sometimes when you're starting out, there can be a lot of fear, a lot of like being self-conscious, or because it's all you're being vulnerable with your art, and it's very like you might have a lot of emotions in whatever you write or sing or play, and you might not always get a good response from people, but I think like advice that I really still always tell myself is like never let anyone say no for you. Like you need to be the only person that has to say yes to you, and especially in like an artistic industry, there are always people telling you what you have to do, what kind of music you should play, what's popular right now, and you don't have to fit into any box. You just have to like have no fear and keep doing. Do you have any advice?
that sounds good. I agree.
What are your favorite songs that you guys have played? Like, is there one that stands out to each of you?
I I think we get bored a lot as a group, and any songs that we play, like, they never really stay the same. They change a lot, which is what the band has become, more improvising and changing. Yeah. Do you guys have any favorite songs?
I think some of the favorite moments are not necessarily songs, but parts in between songs where we're sort of traveling from one song to another, or just warming up even on stage. We're always listening to each other, and we might find that we're in some kind of musical space that we've never been in before, and it feels great, and we try and, like, I think for me those are some of the favorite moments, but they're not usually repeated. Sometimes they will turn into a song in the long run.
And I think songs, like you were saying, they change and they go through, I feel like they have this kind of journey of, like, we start playing a song and we're kind of figuring out how to play it, and often, like, we'll be figuring it out on stage, like, because we just don't have that much time to rehearse. And then once we figured it out, there's, like, a period where we play exactly what we figured out, and it feels great, and we love it, and then we get bored of it, and then we play it and it doesn't feel good anymore, and then we get to a point where we like forget the original thing that we were doing, and it's kind of, the song gets refreshed. So
like
for me, that's the songs that are in that stage, that, like, final stage,
the deconstruction.
Yeah,
or
that's what's exciting.
Yeah, they have a life.